Hi friends, this is Pathak and a hearty welcome to yet another talk. Henry Ford had said, if everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself. Yes friends, if you want to take your business at rocket speed, then you must have high performing teams as its fuel. And high performing teams are made up of highly motivated people. Today we are going to talk about what exactly motivates people. So imagine this scenario. You are looking for a job or some work and you get two job offers. Option 1, you get $25,000 or 4 lakh rupees a year being a teacher, or option 2, you get $40,000 or 7 lakhs a year but you will be a toll booth operator. What would you choose? Wait, you might be tempted to laugh and say, for that kind of a money, I would be happy to be a toll booth operator too. But think seriously, would you enjoy doing that kind of a work? Let's take another example. Say you get the opportunity to start your own business, become an entrepreneur, earning less compared to the chance to earn more, but becoming an office help with a difficult boss constantly tracking your work. What would you choose? What if you got the option to choose between a job that is in your area of knowledge and skills, where you can manage the task but with a lower pay, or one that is highly paid but very complex, lot of hassles, tension and sleepless nights? What would you choose? Each of these examples provides us with a choice to be made, whether the job is complex or manageable. The job gets you good rewards to efforts, or is it too mundane? Whether you will need to work all alone or whether you will be supported by a team. Now, before I go ahead, let me clarify, I am not even remotely suggesting that any profession is less valuable than any other profession. Each profession has its own significance, and I personally have a very high regard and respect for all of them. So just take this as illustrative examples where I am trying to highlight a crucial point about what exactly motivates people. Michael Jordan had said, talent wins games, but teamwork wins championships. I call this as the motivational triangle. So, what exactly is this motivational triangle? But before that, do I have your undivided attention? This concept is based on the research that for any work to be satisfying and meaningful to a person, it should have reasonable proportion of three basic qualities. Quality number 1, autonomy, that is the freedom to think and take actions independently. Quality number 2, complexity, that is how mentally satisfying and enriching is that work. And property number 3, a positive connection between the efforts that they put and the rewards that they get. Let me repeat that again. For any work to be satisfying and meaningful to a person, it should have reasonable proportion of three basic qualities. Number 1, autonomy. Number 2, the degree of complexity in the task. And number 3, their perception of how much efforts they put versus how much rewards they get. Any work that fulfills these three criteria to a specific extent is considered meaningful by our subconscious mind. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, where we are tasked to do any work, our mind perceives these three parameters spread across a spectrum. On one side, not present at all, and on the other side, annoyingly present. And hey, if you want to watch more such inspiring videos, then like, share and subscribe to this channel for amazing practical content that will help you do better in your personal and professional life. Shall we continue? So, visualize a triangle with these three parameters as its corners, and the meaningful work falls on that sweet little circle right in the middle of this triangle. Research has found that we tend to procrastinate more when the task we wish to do falls outside of this magic circle and closer to any one of the edges or corners of this motivational triangle. The closer you get to the circle, the more exciting and rewarding and motivating that task becomes. So, let's play a game. Think of a task that you are procrastinating and try this out. Is it too complex or too mundane? Does it involve excessive reporting with no room for you to take your own decisions? Or do you feel so much isolated that you are all alone running with your task? Finally, does it demand way too much of your efforts with too little gain? Or do you feel the task is too mundane and there is no sense of challenge or accomplishment? I suspect if any of these are true, then you must be procrastinating and dragging your feet on that task. Let's say you are procrastinating going to the gym. Let's analyze it from the perspective of the motivational triangles. Perhaps it could be because there is too much of autonomy in this task. You are the only person who is responsible and answerable for taking the actions, and if you can just get someone with you, perhaps a friend or a coach, then you might find it more motivating and exciting to go to the gym. Or perhaps the issue is that you don't yet see the efforts versus the rewards clearly in going to the gym. Once you get that clarity, chances are that you will enjoy gymming. Friends, if you are following this idea so far, you might wonder who exactly decides whether the task is complex or easy, or whether the efforts to rewards ratio is good enough, or whether a person is happy operating alone or needs more people to join as a team. Who decides that? Whether the task fits into the triangle or not is a notion of your own imagination. And once you establish the mindset that each of these corners of the triangle are movable, you have figured out the key to get motivated for any task. Now, do I see you wondering how? Well, for starts, the edges of this triangle are set by the limits of your own imagination. Let's try this out, shall we? Pick one task that you have been procrastinating for a while. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 represents low or poor and 10 represents high or good, plot where this task falls on the three parameters of the motivational triangle. Since this is a task that you procrastinate, I can bet it must not be in the midpoint of this triangle. Perhaps it is closer to any one corner of this triangle. Am I right? Now, if the degree of complexity of the task is holding you back, then you can vary that by either adding more challenges to make it complex or chunking it down to smaller tasks which make it more easy for you to relate and manage. If the degree of autonomy is your challenge, you can consider teaming with others so that you can actually feel a part of a team, or you can consider picking smaller tasks out of that big chunk that are in your control alone, which you can run by yourself. If you feel that the task demands more efforts than rewards, you can consider delegating or automating them or clubbing the tasks together to increase your perception of the reward. So now, if you have a team member not excited or motivated enough to do a task, take few moments to ponder on how you can alter these three parameters of their motivational triangle. Whether a task feels complex or not is a function of our skills and training. So, if complexity is an issue, upskilling, training, or mentoring could help them move that edge or that corner of the motivation triangle. Similarly, our judgment of efforts to spend against certain rewards is a function of our internal beliefs. So, if a person is not comfortable with the rewards that they are gaining from their efforts, the manager can work on changing their beliefs and perceptions about the rewards. And lastly, the feeling of working alone or with a larger team is a matter of attitude and self-confidence. This can be addressed by being part of a team or empowering them to work by themselves. Hope this topic has made you ponder over your own tendencies to procrastinate certain tasks and given new ideas on how to manage teams using the motivation triangle. And hey, if you want to watch more such inspiring videos, like, share and subscribe to this channel for amazing and practical content that helps you do better in life. Till we meet again, this is Amit Pathak signing off.